Raise your hands up if you know that you are the baddest man on the planet.
Big booty bitches. Wait, what?
Do you like big booty bitches?
Yeah, I like big booties, but I don't like big bitches, you know.
So you don't appreciate the female nature?
Hey, bro. Hey, bro. You said it. I'm just a witness out here. You said about the bitches. That's what I wrote.
You said it first. I said, do you like them? You said it. I like big booties, but not those. I just asked you, do you appreciate the female nature? What about the big booties in men? Do you like that, huh?
Hey, yo, that's why I call him Young Diddy, bro.
Do you like that?
No, bro. That's why I call him Young Diddy. No, you know what some people say? It don't matter. Wait, no.
Oh, hey.
Wait.
No, we don't go that way, bro. Oh, no.
In order for you to play slots or, the kaching, you need a liver.
Dude.
They're out here saying some crazy shit, bro. I'm telling you. Diabolical state. So what are we choosing today?
Faith.
Alright. From the wing. I'm gonna just do it from the wing.
Yes. I always do it.
I have faith on it.
Yes. I always do it from the wing.
From the wing.
You know it's funny because I thought one day that is there
You thought.
thought in my head.
You thought.
Not thought, but thought.
You thought.
In my head that is there a moment that somebody comes with the camera and asks me some random ass question. Can I make it about, like I can do this, what we
Quick ramble and improvise it.
Yeah, can I do it? I said to myself that, yeah, like there is nothing that somebody can come and ask, of course, out of the normality. Like if
Are you gay?
No.
Why are you gay?
No, I'm not gay.
Have you forgotten you gay?
No, I have not forgotten because I'm not gay.
But you gay?
No.
But you gay?
No. Who said it?
Why are you lying?
Who said it?
You.
No.
Me.
You said it.
You said.
No, you said.
Who you?
I am me.
Who's me?
That's you.
You is you. Me is me. Reference, if y'all know.
Reference. Hey, but
Anyway, hey, great opening, as always.
Season 6, Episode 9. Welcome everybody back. And before we commence with our topic today, we have faith. We have faith that you do the right thing and press the buttons that needs to be pressed. There's a subscribe button, there is a like button, there is a comment button, and bell, of course, if you want. And there is also links to our socials. Check out our Spotify as well, because I will be now starting to upload the rest of the podcast that I have.
See y'all next year, okay, on the Spotify.
It can easily... it can happen that at the end of the year you get the whole
package. Hold on.
Because if, for example, I have posted 40 of our podcasters. If there is like 20 or 30 now, you have to consider 20 to 30 weeks. Because I will not ramble, for example, like 2 or 3 episodes a week by week.
Understandable.
So it takes, if 20 to 30 weeks, it's about a half a year.
This guy he's playing the long game.
Hey,
longevity.
we are not here for the short time, but we are here for a long time.
Game is game.
That's right.
Game is game.
But of course, when we have these long time, we also will enjoy
the journey.
So
we're just rambling some random shit. We're just having too much faith into this,
we have faith.
We have faith.
So I will ask the audience right now, because I have faith that much. Do you have faith? What is the concept of faith? Answer it for yourself, because we will start talking about it.
Hey, bro, you just go. Damn.
I threw everybody now under the bus. Hey, nobody can escape. And I rode that bus.
Let's start off. Actually, let's have a little mix to the topic opening. So, what's the how would I say, reason that we chose this topic as main theme today?
Well, I believe we have discussed about faith.
I believe.
He believe. You see what I did there? No, I will not believe. I know for a fact that we have discussed about faith even before. Outside of cameras, when we are in a private setting or we are in a group setting, we have discussed about faith, and not even just in a religious term, because faith doesn't mean that it's religion. They are not separate, completely separate with one another, but they are, you have faith in something and you're religious. They're two different concepts. And the reason why we chose this is because this is also a virtue today. Of course, I'm not saying that everybody, because everybody means also us. But I will say that today the faith, and in a religious sense as well, it has been kind of like everything else. It has been monetized. It has been put into a thing where they make money off of it. Meaning, I've seen a lot in these days, especially if I ever open a TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, if I ever open, I want to scroll some content to see anything interesting, there is a lot of the Islamic and Christian content. There's a lot of it. And maybe it's of course the algorithm, how it works, but I will say honestly, I have never like went out of my way to search Christian or Islam or any kind of religion. But it has shown me so many things. For example, debates, endless debates. I've seen so many debates. I'm like, hey,
we live enough for it nowadays, bro.
You get what I'm saying?
We live enough for
you get what I'm saying? Like the monetization has been crazy about the...
First, before we run off to we come back to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because first of all, we gotta let the viewers know, or listeners as well, what is faith in itself. Because some might not fully understand. So I'm betting that majority of people most likely will understand immediately what it means. But for the smaller minority, they might not necessarily understand.
Can we do it like this?
Hey!
This time. We don't actually tell our perspective, but we look at the dictionary.
There.
We go straight to the dictionary, to the source.
What is faith?
To the source. Source.
So are you trying to tell me we're going to use Google now?
Yes.
God damn it.
Because this is maybe the only time that we can... this is the second time actually in the podcast that we have used Google as a means to an end when we are discussing about something. The one is with the political part. I don't know if you remember.
I remember. With a computer? With a laptop?
Yeah.
You remember? Definition.
Oh, my bad. Definition
of faith.
Of faith.
Oh no, the insanity came.
Yes, here we go. Faith generally means having complete trust, confidence, or strong belief in someone or something, often without needing absolute proof.
Exactly. That's simple. I mean, kind of like...
It's right here. I can even screenshot it. Do you want to add it or...
No. Like I understand it in that same sense.
Yeah.
That's why I just wanted for like viewers or listeners' sake to have the description or definition of it in itself. So we understand in what basis or what grounds we're talking about.
Yes.
So, but okay. So we got out of what is faith and about the monetization, because you were about to tell us about that.
Yeah, it just bothers me. It just bothers me because, of course, like I said, faith is intertwined with the religion because religion teaches us to have faith. And to me, both religions, Christianity and Islam, they don't promote materialism. They actually are against it. But you make an example for attention seeking. It's against it. Like in Islam, for example, I'm not very deep in Christianity. You can fill me up on this. But in Islam, it's also not good for you to gather the attention if you post something. If you post something and you do it just because to get attention or to get likes or to get followers or to get those eyes, it's not good for you because God is all-knowing, all-powerful. And now, I'm not saying that they are doing it just because. Most of them are. I hate to say it, most of them are doing it just to get those eyes and get those attention. And I don't like it.
You mean the clips? The clips.
You get what I'm saying?
Don't forget the clips, bro.
It bothers me so much because you're trying to take this thing that is absolutely against it and twist it into a way. I'm not saying that it's not good content, for example, to post things about that, what we can learn and what we can. Most of my knowledge about Christianity and about Islam comes from YouTube, actually. And of course, afterwards, YouTube, because I like to listen to a story, because in Christianity and in Islam, both are told, like the stories are told in a way that you get that moral compass with it.
Story narrative and...
Yeah. So I like to listen to a story more than to read. But I have also read both books, not completely. Don't put me on this, don't put me on this, but I have read both of the books. But
you know how long Bible takes for you to read it?
It takes a lot of time.
You know how long that shit takes?
Yeah, it takes a lot of time.
You know, as an audio book in itself, how long that shit takes?
I'm not sure actually how long it is.
The whole correction. How did they say that shit? I mean, that big thing right there. You know how long it takes?
The whole
Bro,
book.
the audiobook.
How many hours?
You know, I'm still... It takes...
Is it like 20 something hours? If I know correctly? Like it is a long...
It is like purely, if you just listen to it in an audiobook format, it takes...
Is it 20 something hours, if I remember correctly?
A lot. At least I know it's over 8 hours at least.
Yeah, for sure. Over 8 hours.
That's what I remember.
Those books that I have over there, for example, some of them, they are not even that long, but they are 5 to 6 hours.
And also, because I have at home the Holy Bible, which is also translated in Arabic as well. Right, you know how thick that bad boy is? That bad boy is this thick. That is thick, I'm telling you. But you say.
Yeah, I was saying it just bothers me because faith in itself is that you have that strong belief in something or someone, and religion in itself teaches you to have that strong belief in God, because God is all creator. And then you come and put it into a monetization. Of course, I don't know how much if it's in a topic, but it just bothers me when it comes to faith in itself, because it's such a beautiful thing, it's such a powerful thing, and it's such a I would say human nature thing, that you have faith in something. Because have you seen? Actually, I had a friend. We were talking about this, the faith in God, and he said very well that have you seen those societies where they don't have faith in God? All of a sudden, the depression hits hard, the mental sicknesses, all these stuff.
Everybody start feeling flu in the knee, flu at the back.
There's a lot of this mental institute thing.
No, but it is. Oh, my bad.
No.
But overall, it has been seen, like, if I remember, I don't know the specific statistics, but it has been shown that people who have faith or believe in some things, higher things, usually tend to be happier as well in society spectrum. They're usually much more healthier in mental sense and a purpose sense as well. So of course, if you have a society that does not have a religion, because people forget, usually when people come into a community, some type of religion or some type of faith tends to form.
But it's a part of a culture.
Yeah, it's part of a culture, because as a human, we tend to have, I wouldn't necessarily want to say we have the tendency, but we kind of have the need to believe into something that is higher than us. Of course, this is not arguing about the truth or nothing now. I'm just saying as generic that people have the tendency to believe. And a lot of cases, even when we talk about atheists, for example, people are like, they don't believe anything. A funny thing, actually, they do.
They do, yeah.
They technically just believe in God not existing and believing in science. Yeah. But they still believe. Yeah. It's a faith. As in that same context, it's still part of the own type of faith.
For sure.
But
yeah, it's an interesting thing.
Yeah, about the monetization, because I agree. Funny thing, I enjoy the debates. Of course, I might have small biases, not gonna lie, but I also enjoy it for the conversational sake, because I have seen a lot of conversation where there's opposing ideas or opposing ideologies, and they're very cordial about it, how they speak about it, and it's very intriguing the way people like bring out the topic, and I'm like, okay, oh shit, I didn't actually think it like that.
If I may interrupt, those debates where two human beings are just having a conversation, those are very healthy, because it doesn't mean that you try to prove that they are wrong, but you're trying to showcase what you believe. So those are great, but I have seen a lot of debates where it's not a debate. It's just shouting over another.
I've seen those too.
I have never been in those kind of debates, but because I usually, if people start to shout on top of me like that, I will.
I'm moving myself to the situation.
I'm moving myself out, or I will say to them that if you interrupt me again, I will not speak to you. Like simple as that. But yeah.
No. I was just trying to add, because about the monetization, if you stick to the same topic to some degree, because we got time.
Yeah.
There, at least personally, what I've seen, there's like the cordial one that I mentioned, then the shouting one, then there's a stage of like, how would I say? Well, because idea of debate in itself is to get your point across. Of example, proving that the other side is in a wrong or in a whatever. So I've kind of seen the different stage of it. And about the monetization that you mentioned before, yes, there's like a bunch of people who are doing that thing just for fun of it. Because you can, in a lot of cases, you can even see it in the form of how they debate. That they're not doing it for like, that they have the knowledge and whatever. They're just doing it because it's booming right now, and I want to jump on the bandwagon and do it as well. But in a context, at least from example, my background as a Christian, when people go out and preach or tell about the religion, the idea is that, well, not idea, but it's actually a command. It's command in the Bible that people should go out and preach the word of gospel and spread it as far as possible. Like it's actual command. That's why people, example, when same way as we are doing the podcast, the idea is to spread it out as far as possible. Of course, not everybody will want to listen to it or agree, but it's a command that we gotta do it because it's part of the faith. If I don't do it, I'm kind of like lukewarming the religion in itself. So I get it. And one thing I've noticed in like the debate areas is that a lot of time the conversation doesn't stick into the faith part. It goes into personal,
yes.
Like telling you, bro, you suck, you jump off the bridge. I'm like, this is not fruitful.
No.
This is not fruitful at all. But before I continue with this, I want to ask you, like, what kind of like scenes have you seen, or what kind of have been things that you have picked out on, like, in the conversation, or how has it? Because you clearly seem that you have seen something, and we definitely are interested. What have you seen?
Okay.
Because the idea of, because the one that kind of like piqued my ear was when you said monetization. Because especially when somebody's speaking about religion, we have seen those. Yes. I'm saying that we have seen those, especially in Western side. We have seen the people who behave as a preacher, head of the thing, but they're doing it for their own pocket in that sense, not for the faith. Yeah,
not even Western, Eastern, every single any religion that promotes faith has done.
Yeah, to put a little bit in the pocket. We have seen those, but what kind of was the thing that sticked out for you to be like, I've seen a lot of monetization in social media platform?
To me, it stuck when during this past, I would say, year or two, because people have been, of course, there has always been debates when it comes to religion, and usually that is tied to a faith. And now I have a problem. I always have a problem. For example, I actually put on yesterday a debate. I cannot remember their names. I'm sorry if anybody gets offended, but I don't remember their names. But I remember it was the debate about Islamic dilemma. And in a...
Sam Shamoun and the doctor?
Yeah, if I remember correctly. Like 3 hours or something.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And now, like the Islamic dilemma, to to understand people is that Islamic dilemma denies that the Bible is the truth, but it also
confirms it. Yeah.
So that is the Islamic dilemma, like the argument, what it's based on. And the 3 hours, I didn't watch the whole debate because to me it caught off when one top of another started to shout at one another or started to talk over one another. And to those kind of interactions that I have seen in social media a lot have made me go to a conclusion that people don't debate ideas, but they debate, that you said, personal stuff. Or I want to debate
personal attacks
just for the debate. And then, of course, you have seen a lot of, I don't know, have you seen it, but I have seen a lot of those videos that you are meant to see in this video at this particular time. Now,
oh yeah, shit, fuck.
You get what I'm saying?
Shit, yeah. Bro,
You get what I'm saying?
The personal grudge I have had towards certain videos like that. So.
Like you know,
not in a negative way, but in annoyance of like how they kind of play the,
yes,
you know.
Like you get the video, and the video starts with God wanted you to see this. Because if you could have been doing everything else. You could have seen millions of videos. Like it starts off with that, and the message could be something completely like very generic. You will get through it. Of course, I will get through it because if I don't, I'll die. Like there is no a lot of options to where you go. If you have a difficulty, you either solve it or you die.
Hold on, what?
That is life.
Hold on.
I'm going to be honest. That is life. You have a difficulty. You either resolve that difficulty or you die during not resolving it. Like I'm taking this now to a caveman level. Let's be honest. But those videos, for example, they talk about faith. They imply that faith. To me, it didn't sound nothing more that you're trying to gather their attention and then put that attention into use. That's what I see. And then in the past year, because of those contents have been like more and more, I have not personally had a grudge against them, but I have certain type of distaste that you take this such a holy thing, such a spiritual thing, such a deep thing, and you want to twist it to something that is actually against it, against the faith, because faith will be ruined if you're corrupted. So that is why I took it to monetization at first.
So he heard money.
I heard money. They try to make money off of a beautiful thing, which is not bad. Like I said, for example, the debate that I actually mentioned.
Yeah, I've seen. Funny thing, I was about to tell you, I've seen the whole thing.
And
I've actually seen the one previously before that as well.
I haven't seen like the complete.
Yeah, well,
I will watch it.
Context, I can kind of give you context on that department, but you were saying something.
I was just saying that when I saw that there is a lot of that shouting or that overlap, like talking to over one another, I get why the debaters do that. It's a tactic, and of course it's also a way to shut one opponent off. Or I understand why people do it, but also I don't want to listen to anyone who interrupts someone, because I don't want to interrupt someone, and I have a habit, I know this, that I may sometimes interrupt someone, but I also try to say that. Hey,
no, sorry, my bad. But to that, actually, I get you. I get what you mean, because it's like I said, I mentioned before that I've seen the fruitful ones where the conversation is very like peaceful, calm, and they can go back and forth with the.
I've seen also those. Like I'm not taking that away, but
because with the same demonstration with the same characters you saw in the show. We have the same thing happening to them as well, that they have like a person who can manage their emotion and have a much more cordial conversation, so the topic goes nicely. But because like I mentioned, I've seen the whole 3 hours, and I've seen also the previous one, so I know kind of like I have some type of idea about the characters. guy, Sam Shamoun, I kind of like know him already previously because I've seen some his older stuff. But the doctor one, I didn't know him. I didn't know him before the one episode before that.
Yeah.
And a lot of time why the things went kind of like south were like, let's say, the other one felt like the answers weren't being, like questions weren't being answered, like were diverging from the question. Secondly, a lot of time it started sliding from the topic into calling names, for example, saying that you are this, or indirectly disrespecting your mama hoe. Some out of topic, like, hold up, how does this relate to the topic? That's how usually it tends to go south pretty quickly. So those are like the two main things, that you're being disrespected as a human, not as your idea, and then that your questions are not being answered. Those are usually the two things that derail the whole conversation immediately. Hold on.
About that debate?
About that debate, overall, that debate was, how would I say, pretty calm. If you watch to the end, it is, of course, like you mentioned, like some people like to cut off each other with the, talking on top of that. A lot of time it's kind of like a emotion, because if we've been in the situation, at least personally, I've been with example homeboy. We've been in a situation where when the conversation becomes heated, that it's taking, it's about your core value or something like that. You tend to be hold up, especially if you're not like trained to have constant debates in that sense. You'll become heated. And then you might accidentally slip out something or say some extra or so on, so which you don't necessarily mean, but because of the situation, you react to it. Yeah, you react rather than you kind of like
respond.
Respond. So those are the things that a lot of time happen on those debates. And also the other thing is why a lot of people also talk on top of, like, example, somebody starts speaking, bro, come on, is because a lot of time, like I mentioned before, they don't stick to the topic. They start talking about and bro, it's like holla. How does that relate to anything? Like, what you mean? So that's are the main things that I've like noticed of a lot of time. And how would I say? Oh yeah, about the religion. Yes, one reason why we even have a lot of those debates going on right now. No disrespect to anybody right there. At least personally, from my perspective, I love my all human people, whatever religion. I love y'all all, but religiously, I don't see people in the same ground, because religiously we gotta be honest. We gotta be honest, because all religions are not the truth. Even in your own religion, you see it's not the truth. So I'm gonna be honest with that. And reason why the debates become what they become nowadays is because one religion tells you that whatever core character, for example, in your religion is not what it is. So basically, let's say your religion tells you that this character was A, Y, Z, but this religion tells you that, hey, that character who was in your book is not E, Y, Z. He's X, Y, Z.
And
you're like, hold up, how are you telling me about my character? Well, your character, what? How you bring that? Or, that without like going into specific, but you get what I mean. So it kind of becomes from like your religion kind of like cussing my religion, and then I'm coming back at you, and so on, so on. So that's how the tension builds up. Let's say like that. And also that religion might feel like you're disrespecting my religion, and now I got to defend myself, and so on, so on.
But because I know this much about the Islam and Quran, is that it specifically said that you need to respect other religion as well, but you also have to showcase that you don't believe in that religion. You get what I'm saying? Like, if the situation comes up, like, no Muslim should go to the streets and start to poke people that, hey, believe in this. Like, not like that. But if the conversation comes about, they will talk about their belief. I'm talking about now the Muslims. They talk about their belief, but they, as a Quran says, you shouldn't disrespect the other religion. They believe what they believe. God gives their guidance. The heart is to the God. So is Christianity as well obligated in a sense to respect? I'm not saying to agree, or I'm not saying to believe, but I'm saying to respect other religion as well. I'm not even talking about the Muslim religion, but I'm talking about in general. If somebody, I'm talking about the Bible now.
Well, ironically, we don't even need to go that far away. You have seen the tension that is going on with the immigrants right now. You know, that people are. That's a one demonstration that people have been accepted in that differ in the religion, and we are living cordially with them, even though we disagree religiously in that sense. So in the Bible, we are, like I mentioned before, we are like commanded to like preach the word and bring out the word to everybody as far as we could, but we are not like forced to like make anybody be like, oh, you gotta speak up or so on. I don't know if you've seen like YouTube clips where, for example, preachers go to like Pride Parade and be like, no, Jesus will save you. And so we're not forcing the LGBT community to be like, oh, what I'm doing, but we're just telling you what the Bible literally tells. If you choose not to believe it, I have done my part, planted my seed. Hold up, pause.
Well, no, you
but
just
planted the idea, and then the rest is on you, pretty much.
You gave the message.
Basically,
the question is that how does so I understand it correctly that even if they believe not in the Christ, they don't believe in the Bible, you still have to showcase that respect. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, in humanity. That's why
I'm saying. Like, I'm not talking about that you
start being homies and all that. No.
Of course. Listen. Now, to be fair, in, for example, my friendship group that are close, I have very diverse friendship group. I have one where the concept of God is just out there. It's not like
some spatial future.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, we know.
To some is Christian, to some is Muslim, to some we have one Indian guy.
Yeah, damn, bro.
You get what I'm saying? Like there is diversity. I have never in my life went out of my way to make friends because he is a Muslim, because he is a Christian, because he is a Buddhist or Catholic or Orthodox, or if he is, what's the right word for agnostic? Agnostic. Like he wants the truth to be believed that they're like sacred
somewhere out there,
but
poof.
He or atheist. I have never like gone out of my way to just because of that.
Yeah, so like
to take a friend, because I have
filter people out.
Because I actually I wanted to watch that video, but it has been like gone somewhere. Where a Muslim woman, it was a great video because she had to decide between a religious person and genuinely a good human being. I didn't watch it, but it is a very interesting like setup, because if they are genuinely good human being, even though they are not religious, can they still be with the core values that she has as a Muslim woman? You get what I'm saying?
Well, canonically or biblically or scripturally, let's say like that, because I feel like we're kind of like separating the religious person and good, genuinely good person. Because in order for you to be a religious person, you gotta be also genuinely good person.
There you go.
That's the issue.
That is the issue. That's why it was a great video that I didn't watch, because it kind of puts you up in this position that, yeah, they are religious. That's a fact.
Or they act.
But they act as they are religious, because nobody is like perfect.
We call them lukewarm.
But there is no religious, but genuinely a good human being. So it was, I didn't watch the video, but I would like to see the video. I will search it.
Yeah, because scripturally, it's kind of, we kind of have been given instruction in a way that we shouldn't mix yolks, like, you know, person who believes and person who does not believe to mix together, because usually it creates confusion in the household. For sure. And then how about the kids, how they're going to believe and so on. But there's also in situations where somebody who does not believe have come to faith through their partner, which is
that's very true.
so that's why it's kind of like dibble dabble in a way. But scripturally, it tells you not to mix with a non-yoked person. So non-yoked. Oh, I'm just talking scripturally, but scripturally they're using egg yolk as a mixture of things.
Yeah, and that's why I said it's an interesting topic.
It is, and in itself, when we talk about faith, as we mentioned before, or we read in the definition that it is faith or belief in something that we don't have a definite proof of it, like directly, like, oh, bro, right here, and you like read, oh shit, and that's it. Of course, scripturally, we can say that the scripture in itself is the proof. And historically, at least from the Christian side, we have historical witnesses. Oh, this is actually one demonstration why there's a lot of debates going on, is that historically we have like some type of evidence that there was a person named Jesus Christ that was crucified.
If I remember correctly, there was 27,000 scriptures.
Yeah, so some like that, and not even that as a main point, but not the death in itself only, but because Christianity is, or because we don't like to say Christianity, because Christianity is not a whole like a sect in itself. We just believe that somebody breathed in Christ, even a Jew, because original Christians are Jews. So the second issue that comes in is example that when our scripture says that Christ was risen up, and that's actually the pinnacle of the like prophecy. And the other religion says, no, that wasn't the truth. That crosses also kind of like tension, like you telling me my book wasn't the truth, and then it comes into backfire, back and forth, like, hold up, what you mean that what you mean my car rims ain't red? It is red. You saw, I told you it was red. I bought it red. How you telling me it ain't red? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Of course, I'm telling you exaggerated because I'm personally not trying to create this into a hostile environment. No. We're just talking about the faith as, how would I say, non-well-educated religious knower. In a sense of...
We are not like scholars.
Yeah, let's say like that. We know basis of our religion and
and we have read,
major things.
Read the major stuff and read the certain things about it, but we haven't like studied it to a point where we remember everything and we
pull out the scripture left and right. Of course, we gotta get to that level. But right now, of course, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not, which I'm trying to improve on. Of course, I'm in let's say in the lukewarm state. They call us the lukewarms, which is bad. I'm gonna be honest. Scripturally, it's really bad. But hey, always up, always up.
But this is an example that you acknowledge yourself that you are in this state. You acknowledge yourself that you are in this place where you have a lot of room to improve. And to myself as well. I don't, because I'm gonna be honest, I believe in Judgment Day. I believe that day will come where we will sit in front of God and God will judge us. I'm afraid to go in front of God because I know what I did.
Like what he did,
and let's say I have forgotten what I did. Everything is written down to believe. Everything is written down. When you go in front of God, you did this, you said this, you thought this, you did this, you did this, you did this. That is on your conscience.
But why are you afraid? Because I'm a pull back on that.
Because I'm not afraid that, like, scared. You get what I'm saying? But I'm afraid that he's all powerful. That is my fear. You get what I'm saying? Because, of course, I haven't done anything bad to anyone in order to feel fear that he will struck me. But afraid, as much as I love him, as much as I respect him, as much as I have faith in God, I fear it as well.
Have you seen?
Who?
You.
Myself?
Yeah.
I have seen myself.
Have you sinned?
Sin?
Yeah. Yes. S-I-N.
Yeah.
Have you kept sinning?
I've tried my best not to.
But have you?
Yes.
Are we sinners?
Yes.
We disrespect God constantly?
Yes.
Damn.
That is not a good thing.
Exactly.
That is the reason. That's why I said.
Exactly.
That is what I'm saying. And this is like if...
we're talking scripturally again.
No, scripture, this is
sinners.
In both books.
Yeah, we're all sinners.
with both books, in Quran and in the Bible. It is the same thing that you're talking about.
But I'm coming back to the part where I said about you being scared.
Yeah.
Why are you scared? Why are you gay? Why are you scared? The reason why I'm asking is well, I already told him my position. I'm lukewarm, so I gotta be scared. But let's say I was book by book scripturally a Christian. Technically, or not technically, officially, I shouldn't be scared, even about dying. You know what's the reason?
The reason is because you have faith.
Nope. No, not just that. Of course, you have faith. If if you believe, you have faith.
You have faith.
You should have faith.
And then when you have faith and you have gone through all the scripture that, as you told, there's nothing for you to be afraid of. And I'm not afraid for this world. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
In this world, I'm not afraid of anything because as much as I am creation of God, you are as well.
I'm not talking about this world. That's the thing.
Yes. But when I meet God, I know what I did. I know to deep down in my heart. But He knows better than me.
You got lacking, bro. 4K. You know when you're
God than me. I'm realist.
Your
Listen to me. I am realist. I will not sit here and say, no, everything's good. I believe in God. I have faith in God. I know the best is coming. But I cannot stand here and go that, no, everything is okay. Because it's my responsibility as a believer as well. So when you ask me that, or why you are afraid, even if I was fully believer, like I did everything correctly as the book says, there is also a place. Yes, there is a place when God said that don't be afraid. But that is for a specific reason. That don't be afraid of transgressor, or don't be afraid of somebody coming to your lands to trying to pick a war or a fight. But then, how can you not be afraid?
Well,
if you are a human being, of
yeah,
course.
well, because at least as a Christian, we have this saying: to live for Christ, and to die is gain. So basically, it is that if you're true to your religion, you do, like I mentioned before, like you said, religious person and genuine person, but we don't have such a separation because if you're a religious person, you gotta be all the goods at the same time. Of course, we are still sinners. Nobody can remove that out, but we are still trying to be the good, good genuine person.
But that is the whole point.
That's the whole point. And the reason why I said why are you afraid? Because at least to us is that we're kind of guaranteed. Afterlife, because the reason why a lot of people have fear is that what will happen after what will we die, like where we go, or is it all going to be black and flat line, or what's going on?
I have to interrupt you on this. Think about those persons like outside of religious scripture, outside of the knowledge of the book, outside of the knowledge of this. Think about some people actually believe that after you die, it's just blank, like dark.
I mean, I got like a, how would I say?
Yeah, but it is interesting because you didn't come out of nothing. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, but...
I know what I'm saying, because I gotta have a little segue out of this, but this kind of goes way too off topic, because somebody has made kind of like a speculation on that it's part religiously also. Like people who believe that there will be nothing. Theoretically or scripturally, yes, there will be nothing for a person who does not believe, because God will remove His presence from yours. And what does that mean? Everything opposite of good, pretty much. Guaranteed everything opposite of good. And back to what I said earlier about the fear is because, like I mentioned, when we die, we're kind of like, you're guaranteed by your faith that you are going to heaven. So that's why you are being told to go boldly and show boldly your religion. Of course, you're not forcing anybody, but boldly preaching your religion. And that's where you're guaranteed free. But, because, like I mentioned, I've been behaving very lukewarmly. Of course, I got that fear, because lukewarmness is being disrespected. Or not disrespected, called out. Like, bro, you can't be chilling out here, be religious on Sundays, and then Monday, Friday, Saturday, you're out here partying. I'm not partying, but, sinful thoughts, let's say.
I will give you an example, perfect example. My country, Kosovo. I will call this out.
Hey, yo, bro, you go. Okay.
I will call this out because
we try to have this conversation in a cleanest way possible without throwing out names, biases, or whatever. But you out here throwing the whole country.
I will throw because it's the truth,
I mean, that's true.
They need to hear it because I actually was disgusted by the fact what happened.
Oh shit! I'm going. Wait. Sorry. Because I'm thinking very controversial. I'm just thinking about the channel. How controversial do I want to be?
Listen, it's Opinion Outlaws. So
yeah, but the opinion that I'm gonna throw is gonna throw the whole turmoil in the turmoil. But
you can throw it.
I'll think about it.
We can discuss it.
Yeah. Okay.
But the point that I wanted to say, 2 years ago, because Kosovo is, I would say, only Muslim country in Europe.
Is it?
In my opinion, it is. There is no other. Oh, my bad. No, Bosnia as well. 2 countries. In Muslim country, there is a Eid celebration. Everybody knows. And there are 2 Eids during the year. It's the fasting that precedes the Eid, and then afterwards 12 weeks, something like that. 8 weeks to 12 weeks, then it's the second Eid. The Eid Mubarak and Eid was the another one, I don't remember. Anyway, because in our language it's not Eid, it's different. But
no, they be also sing it, huh?
The night of Eid, I flew to my country 2 years ago. Yes,
yeah,
2 years ago.
Oh yeah, I remember this story.
I flew to the country, and the next morning was Eid. So basically, you go early in the morning and pray. And I went there. I prayed. I went to my cousin, my auntie's son. Now, my auntie passed away before the war, and he's like, what's the right word, that they don't have a parents. Orphans. In a sense, orphans. They had grandparents, but the grandparents were tired because the other grandparent, he was this old school miner, like
black hands, constantly black.
Like big hands. Like if he grabs you, you feel like a child. But he was this old school tough guy, and the mother was the old school, like Balkan type of grandma that has seen all of it. But they were tired, so he grew up in the sense of that. And then he got married, thank God, and he had children. And because he had children, I had to go, she was pregnant at that time. I had to go and visit him just because of that, because I hadn't go and congratulate him on his marriage and on his pregnant.
That's that great relative right there.
But he's a good guy. I have relatives I don't like to see.
I mean, amen to that.
Now, I went and he was working the night before. He works as a security guard.
Okay. In
a casino type bar place.
Okay.
Now, it was a weekend. Now, as a bar owner, as a casino owner, even if you are in a Muslim country, but the Kosovo, unfortunately, is also a very capitalistic country.
Money talks.
So, he kept it open. This man, the security guard, he said from his mouth, he was doing security guard up until 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. He went to the mosque afterwards to pray the Eid. The same guys who went inside the casino to gamble, to go with a bar and drink, to go with hoes, who knows, were next to him praying Eid.
Hey, we call those niggas, we outside. See the boy?
Now, my stories point the
hypocrites.
The whole thing, yes, the hypocrites.
Hypocrites.
And the reason why I told this story is that when you sin out of your own weakness, is a very different story when you sin out of your deliberate choice. You choose to go that night in a club or in a party. You choose to go there and do something that you're supposed to do. Alcohol is forbidden in Islam. Smoking is forbidden. And also, doing drugs is forbidden.
Hey, they say we outside, bro.
Going with another female is forbidden. They do all of them
At the same time, but you know,
at the same night, and right afterwards go to the Eid prayer. So basically, you want to bake the cake and eat it, right?
hey, we got. I know. Let's say it like that. I know way too many motherfuckers like that. I know way too many motherfuckers like that. Like, and not even as disrespect. I've seen where they be like, "Yeah, I don't smoke, I don't drink, fuck them hoes, all that." No, correction. They do all those, but the only major thing that is kind of like forbidden or critical is eating bacon. And I'm like, hold on.
Eating swine.
So you're trying to tell me you swinging left, you swinging right, you're doing this and that, and eating swine is the part where you kind of like drew the line, like you kind of like saving up on your sins, or what's going on?
Do you know why I'm laughing? Because people like actually have done content about this. This type of content monetization doesn't bother me because it's a humoristic, satiric way of showcasing the hypocrisy. Like there was an Arab guy, he was going to the liquor store and buying alcohol, and he bought the alcohol, like Jack Daniels, and the register said, hey, you have a big party? Yeah, we got a lot of girls. Then he wanted to buy some candy, and then he's...
So the...
you know, what's the right word? You know, from the pigs... what's the...
It's kind of like skin? Or?
Yeah, from the pig's skin type of... gelatin? Is it gelatin?
I think it's gelatin.
Yeah. So they see it like, does have its gelatin. And he looks at it, nah, it has gelatin, I cannot eat it. Brother, you already drink alcohol and you go to the hose. You think that's...
You're already on the table. You're already on the table.
And I don't know if many Muslims know this, but let's say you're stranded somewhere and the only thing that you can eat is pig. It's not haram. I don't know if they know this, but...
I mean, that's kind of like where a lot of people start playing gray areas apart. So
it's even in the Quran, it has stated, like it has, or is it in Hadith? Somewhere, like, in order for your survival, it's not bad to eat it. But, of course, you have a chance to not eat it, you don't do it. But is there a chance when you are stranded and you haven't eaten for 3 weeks and the only thing that you can eat is a pig? You make your choice. As a Islam, of course, in the Bible as well. Isn't there a command that says that don't eat swine?
It's in Old Testament, but there's a whole different topic.
That's
a whole topic.
But your opinion, controversial opinion, I want to hear it. What you're about to say?
Well, it kind of goes, as you have seen, you know, I've been very against a lot of, like, example, Black Lives Matter, you know, all life matters. I'm 100% all life matters on that thing, because, you know, it was monetized.
Yes.
The other thing is the current war that is going. We got the Ukraine one. We got issues with that too.
Yes.
For personal reason. The other also war that I got issue is the one that is going in part of the Middle East.
Yes.
And, you know, I'm not going to say it because I know YouTube is always listening.
Yes.
But you know what I mean.
Yeah.
The one major one that's going in the Middle East. And, you know, we all have seen the protest, right? I agree, all life matter, you know, like I mentioned, like no innocent should die and all that righteously.
Yes.
But, what I got issue with is people's involvement. The weird protest that is going on, because I don't know how many of y'all have known. This is one biasness that I got going on with the religion, why also the debates are going heavy, is how many of y'all have noticed in the news about, example, Nigerian Christians being literally genocide. Literally, the term that is very lukewarmly used left and right about genocide, where actually the definition is being fulfilled in actual other country, and not a single protest has been, not a single flag has been seen flying. And which is gonna, to me personally, I took it very personal because I'm like, hold up, this thing has an agenda right now going on. Secondly, which is actually, I talked this to a homeboy, is how many stories have you heard about Sudan, for example?
Not a lot.
Because that shit is genocide. Like
Because
numerically, that is like trying to be genocide.
only way you can know about this if you actually research.
Exactly. not a single protest has been heard. Not a, like, to me, it's kind of like shows some type of balance scaling going on, which is might not be true, might be true. I don't know necessarily, but how it shows right now is that people are playing very much with religion and certain ethnicity, because this ethnicity is involved. We gotta make it into a major thing or a bigger thing than it in bigger scale is. Like I said, I don't condone any killing, no form, especially when it's about innocent people. But because these people are involved, we're gonna make it a big thing. But because this group are involved, I mean, Monday is Monday, you know what I'm saying? We gonna eat anyway. So that's something I gotta shout, like, y'all remember Nigeria. Remember Nigerians. Because those, even, well, this kind of goes kind of off topic because I'm trying to stick to the faith. Because like I said, there's some bitter things in behind this, but I'm trying to stick to faith. But like I said, y'all make some research about like what is actually going in the world, not just what news are screaming left and right, because there is things happening in the background, kind of like the Epstein thing. There is other things happening in the background, but your attention is being pulled to just one thing. Of course, not removing from that one thing, but also there's other 10 things happening in the same scale or even in a worse scale, but because you're paying attention to this one thing, the other things are kind of like continuing to happen even in a worse scale. So that's why I'm like, do more research on what's happening.
Yes.
Let's say like that, and have faith. Have faith.
Yes.
Have faith. And even let's help even the ones that don't necessarily believe in higher being, but having faith in itself. Let's take it notch down and speak about faith also in a, how would I say? Non-religious perspective. Because of course, both of us are very religious, so we might bring out our own biases and our own views religiously toward the topic. But we might have some viewers, of course, we pull up to the club, say, join the gang. Join the gang. But, hey, religiously we want to save souls, so of course I'm gonna a little exaggerate it, and also
in a span of 10 minutes you went from a very sensitive topic to do your research to, hey girl, how you doing?
Hey,
I have to respect that.
Hey, you gotta, give people different flavors, keep it entertaining, but also serious. Because, like I mentioned, that part, the left part, we could go very controversial with it, but I'm just sticking to the factual part. Just the factual and move on. But about the people who are not necessarily religious but still have faith, what kind of form of faith have you seen, or what can you like connect faith with? Because of course, you have faith in things that not necessarily might be connected directly to God. Of course, religious, we think everything is connected to God, but like to somebody who's like atheist, for example.
Yeah. The things that you mentioned before, I have a lot of things about those things, but they are a little bit
all topic. It requires its own
topic in itself, and I would say those kind of things would take also 2-3 videos to make. So I will not discuss about those topics. I can comment in, but I will not discuss about those things. But you asked about this. I have actually a great example of this about the Liberation Army in my country. There is a story. Actually, this has been done even a short movie where there was a German journalist that came to the Kosovan War, that Kosovo-Serbia war. And now in our country, in Albanian ethnicity country, there is, the core thing is that you be a good human being. You have humility. We don't care that you're Christian or you're Muslim or you don't believe in anything, but you have to be like in a core faith, in a core belief, you have to be a good human being. And the journalist came to the group that there were maybe like 10, 15 guys. And the commander of the group, the captain of the group said, let's pray. And some did the dua. Some did the cross. And the journalist kept looking at like,
What's going on here?
what's going on? And asked the commander like, hey, how come some do us and some do the Christian way? And he answered that the first thing first comes that we are Albanians. The religion is the next part. That showcased that during that time when there was actually a lot of unrest, there was a war going on in Serbia and in Kosovo. During that time, they had faith that they will win that war. So this tiny group of people, I have talked about this before, tiny group of people gathered and became guerrilla fighters. They didn't have nothing. Like they were fighting, if you don't believe me, they were fighting with pitchforks. Medieval times, baby.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Game is game.
There's even-
Correction, not the game, but shit.
There is even a story about a man who cut 4 Serbians, if I remember correctly, 4 Serbian officers' head off with his axe.
Hey, we know
The
those.
wood cutting axe, like before they didn't have those machines, they had axes that, the wood cutting axe, he cut with those. The officers came with the guns, big man.
Hey, he was playing Assassin's Creed, bro.
But no, the thing was that officers came to his home, they wanted to raid him, they wanted to manipulate him, send him in jail and stuff like that. He was like,
nah, bro.
you want to come here, take me, bro. And so that
Who gonna stop me?
Who gonna stop me?
Who gonna
Exactly.
stop me?
And then it became like a story that people knew. But the point was that the faith was that we are Albanians and we don't back down. This is our land. And they were ready. Unfortunately, then it has been misused because of the monetization, the power, the politics. But the real veterans, the real one who were fighting there, I'm gonna give you I have told you about this. In the recent years, there was a petition for giving pension to the war veterans, which is in agreement. I believe that if you have fought for your country, you have absolutely for the rest of your life deserved to be free of any kind of obligation towards anything. Because of you, I'm talking about now for Kosovo and Albania, because of you, we have now independence. Because of you, we can speak freely and talk freely and be freely in our land. If it wasn't for you, the occupation would come here, he would tell us the rules that he wanted, he would tell us that you need to speak this way, you have to be this way, you have to do this way. So in order for that, there was a pension petition, and then the petition came through, and then they had a problem to sign all the veterans that actually were in war. The number a little bit blew up.
There were extra fighters.
There were extra fighters.
Ghost fighters.
All of a sudden, the little army of 10,000, actually 10,000 men who were fighting, and women, there were also women.
Shout out woman, shout out woman.
Respect to them. There were 10,000 of those men and women who were actually in the trenches, actually shooting men coming and actually fighting for their country. Do you know what was the afterwards, how many names there were in that petition, in that application for give the...
Was it 40,000 or something like that?
60,000.
That's a lot of ghost fighters,
60,000. I'm gonna be honest.
I don't know what kind of zombie army y'all pulling up, but...
If there were 60,000 men and women fighting in that war, America would... They didn't need to come in that war because we knew our lands, we knew our countryside, and we knew how to fight. Albanians have always been fighting. But there was only 10,000. All of a sudden there is like 50,000 plus who wants a war veteran pension.
Hey, it usually goes like this. I might not necessarily be directly veteran, but my cousin's cousin was veteran, or my uncle's left uncle was...
I'm gonna give you another story about this, but the faith part, all of this to say that it brought this small group of people together to fight this big army, because the Serbian army was financed from the USSR and then afterwards Russia. It was financed by Russia. Russia was a superpower. Indeed, it was a superpower, and it still is a superpower. They had financial, hands down. Serbia also ran Kosovo to almost dry, because out of all the countries in Yugoslavia during that time, Kosovo was the only place where they took all the electricity and the mining, for example, the mining that I told you. So Kosovo in itself was a poor country, and to this day it still is, but it has been like, it started to grow up because there's a lot of things that have gone well, you know what I'm saying? But my point is that Kosovo was already in a bad state because it had been a lot of occupation there, a lot of discrimination, a lot of like usury, I don't know what's the right word, that Serbians took all the gold and all the money and all the power. They took all the art, like guns, they took it away. And they had this kind of free will of enforcing that. I have told you this story before, that if you wrote red, you will get beaten up.
Your game is game. Either you go jail or you get an ass whoop. Or you get in both.
All to get both. And now, so the war started, and it started in the worst possible way. And from that, this group of people that believed in the liberation of Kosovo gathered together and fought with all they had. And let's be honest, if there wasn't involvement from NATO, there wouldn't be a Kosovo to this day. It would be Serbia. 100% I agree on that, because even though there was 10,000 people fighting, they had faith in it and they were ready for it. Serbians they were winning. They had better equipment, they had better training, they had financial, like they could drag that war for much longer than the guerrilla fighters that we had. And they had much more advantages that our country had, our liberation army had. But our liberation army had faith, and they tried their best to fight together, even though it didn't happen. And those people who betrayed their own army, their own liberation army, think about it. They betrayed that army. They were found in the different places, you know.
Afterlife. Let's say it like that, afterlife.
Let's say it like that. My point is that faith kept them, that they believed in something so much in their country, in their ethnicity, that they were really ready to risk their life. There was a 16-year-old boy. There's still in YouTube videos, you can search.
Young man, I remember, you showed me.
Yeah, I showed you, like 16-year-old boy there just
We're gonna fight.
Like, think about that. So that would be like example that you said.
But it goes back to what I mentioned earlier about, when a community comes together,
yes,
there will be some type of faith, especially when you're feel like you're part of that community.
Yes.
That you, pretty much a lot of the independency that a lot of countries have got is through that faith, that one day we'll be free from whatever the situation is. Same the country that we live in. Yeah. They also had faith that we'll get the freedom from, in that sense, of course,
I have a lot of disagreement on that, but I don't need to go there.
Hey, you gotta bring one who's native to this country. It ain't me.
No, I don't need to bring native, because unfortunately I have criticized about this before, and I will criticize again. Native person who lives here doesn't know their history.
That's true. That's ironically, we've seen that also way too many times. But for example, in my country, even though that's she went kind of south too, but demonstration of it, that independency of it separated into two countries.
Actually, let's not take your country, because your country, for example, has a lot of moving parts that has collided.
A lot of hectic.
Burkina Faso, great example.
He has faith, or he has brought people to have faith in their system becoming better by making big moves.
Yes.
Which not this, like the dictionary said, that it's without you necessarily having direct proof of it. Because he's making big move, but nobody knows that if it causes hecticness or the country goes in south. And even when he took the charge or took over the government, you know how many times he was tried to be assassinated, for example?
5, 4. if I remember it, for fourth time before.
Which is part of that, there's not definite proof that he will succeed on what he's doing, but he has faith on it that, because like, I think this is kind of personal, might be my personal thing. I think in a lot of cases, if we definitely don't speak necessarily about religious part, but in faith overall, faith a lot of time comes out of inspiration or that you are inspired by something. For example, in Traore's situation, part of the reason why he's, at least I think, or if I remember I read, is that you remember Burkina Faso's previous leader who was also military there. If I remember, was he like the first president or?
I don't remember. I don't know the deep history behind it. But I just know that Ibrahim Traore is now doing the right thing.
He was basically the original. I would say he was the original Ibrahim Traore in a sense.
Really?
He was also kind of a military guy, officer or something like that. And his idea was kind of the same that Ibrahim is doing right now. That they will make their own country into a, separate entity from the colonizers. And if I remember right, they wanted to unite Africa. Kind of same with Libya's previous president.
Gaddafi.
His idea was that Africa should, function on its own, not with the aids and etc. etc. Those people had faith in their dreams because, like we said, they didn't have direct proof that it will succeed, but they still believed that by doing it, it will happen one day. So the military example is a good example because or the countries overall, how would I say, conflict situations are a good example of that. People having faith without necessarily needing to add religion into it. Of course, there's some type of essence of religion always somewhere, but without necessarily, and we don't even need to go that far. Even our day-to-day life, we have faith in a lot of things that we necessarily don't have proof on it. For example, I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna pass this test. I'm not sure if I scored right. I'm not sure if I did the right answers, but I believe I'm gonna pass. Just you believing in it already has, or let's just say if situation happens, I believe and I trust that you will have my back. For example,
Yeah.
I don't know if you might run truly, but because I believe that you will be there. That's one form of having faith on something.
Yes.
So I'm like.
Do you have any stories or experiences that I'm talking about now in a personal sense?
About what?
About faith. I'm not now out of religion. Faith that either works or did work, or you have faith in something, and how that it came about.
Of course, I mean, we all have faith have had faith in certain things. Example, the one thing we have talking during all season pretty much is, for example, relationship situations. We have had faith in certain actions going this way or that way or so on, and then it turned out not going either way, and you're like, shit, what the hell? I believed. So, and well, not necessarily directly me, but for example, other people's relationship where they have had faith that their partner will not cheat. They don't have proof that they will not cheat or not, but they have faith that they wouldn't cheat because of how they know them, how they have to talk, or so on. And bada boom, bada bim, shit happened, and thing goes left. Hey, this is side note, but I'm just telling you about a situation where it's not connected to religion necessarily. Personally, I don't have at least I don't have any story that comes to my mind right now that I would be like, oh, this is a good story to add up, because a lot of times if we talk about day to day, they are very generic, very generic things, and I wouldn't necessarily put everything under faith because I'm very skeptical nowadays. Let's say like that. I'm very skeptical. Religion is religion. That's its own thing. I have faith on that. But they think that I think this person will come at this hour or that, or if I do this will happen, or so and so. nowadays it's more about, it might happen, it might not. It is what it is pretty much. It's not about like me blindly believing that it will happen if I just stick to it, and that's that. So that's why I don't have like necessarily personal story to add up on this right now.
Okay, nice. And you don't cap.
I ain't capping. I ain't capping. At least not for now. I'm not capping.
The person who is listening to it, he just took a cap from his hand and put it on his head.
I ain't capping right now, but
that is the reference.
But like generic, because we all have like generic situation that we can like add on. But religion is usually the main one, because that is something that concretely, of course, I mean, you gotta and then somehow come and tell us the information to prove it. And of course, people can say the scripture is proof and so, but it's not proof to everybody, for example. So that's why. But religion is usually the first one that comes to mind when we talk about faith. It is very...
It is blind.
It is very blind in a sense.
If we talk about like physical sense, because there is a great analogy for this that, I'm sorry if I interrupt.
No. I was just adding about the history wise. Let's say example scripture.
Yeah.
Bro, 2,000 years. We have how many people in between, and let's say somebody regular Joe from 2020, 26 has to believe, of course, in religious wise, you gotta believe, but as an average Joe from 2026 has to believe somebody's text from 2,000 years back, or even before that this shit happened. History-wise, historians are kind of like, yes, no, yes, maybe, like, can't really necessarily prove everything, but some of it.
Yeah.
And you tell to Joe, like, you just believe in it. That's pretty much right now what's going on. You just believe in it.
Like, religion in its sense, like, of course, if there's this analogy was great actually, that if the sky opens up and there reads with the big light. Now I'm talking about the sunlight, but like, I'm talking about with the lightning, that it reads very clearly that there is God in every language. Of course, then everybody will start believing, because look at it, there is a clear sign.
But
I'm taking an analogy that blindly believing is one part of the religion.
True.
But that is the whole point, that you believe, you have faith. Because, like I said, if it would be like in the big letters somewhere around in the sky, and it shines very clearly and you can see it, and every language and every single state in every single place, it reads in the same way in their language, of course everybody will say that, yeah, it's true.
But that's the funny thing I was actually going back to, that, but that's kind of like what I mean by the 2,000 years forward later on, because that guy wasn't there.
Yeah.
So that even though, let's say, hypothetically shit happened, this guy is 2,000 years later be like, I didn't see it, because...
That's why I'm laughing, because think about somebody came from back time here. Man, you weren't there. You
didn't see what happened? You didn't see, because that's actually a funny thing. Even in scripture, it's been like shown where people have been shown like evidence of like religion being true. For example, story of Moses. My guy was showing money. Be like, God, show me power. Nigga moved the water and all that. Egyptians still wasn't believing. They were still They were still like, nah.
That's on them, bro.
But that's a demonstration of like a lot of like mentalities that are going on. So even if the lightnings were there, there's still the certain amount of people that will say, nah, bro, that cap, bro. That you know what's that? That's that new technology we got. That's the drone technology we got going on out there. So yeah, faith is very, especially, let's say, faith to person who lives in, like, example, somebody who lives during Jesus Christ time. I bet, if you didn't believe, that's on you.
Yeah.
That's on you for sure. But somebody who's 2,000 years later, who basically has to purely believe in the scripture, of course, I'm talking this as a person who, let's say, hypothetically, does not believe in any religion. You have to just believe in the book. It kind of gives off a little bit unbalanced, but that's part of the religion. That's part of the religion, man.
Great.
So he says, "Somebody comes from the past." You weren't there, man.
You weren't there, bro.
You were there. You didn't see.
Respectfully, you didn't do that.
Actually, somebody made a joke about this. That imagine you going back in time. In this context, it was like you go back in time during the Jesus Christ time when he was preaching. You go there, you just chill in the background. You know, you think you're like nobody knows. Then somehow, you know, Jesus looks directly at you and tells you, "Bro, you don't belong here."
Oh,
What would you react? What would be your reaction at that point? you don't belong in this. You're like, shit, bro. But that's part of that multiverse or what the diverse. That's other topic in itself.
Metaverse in itself.
Metaverse. You wanna add anything else to the faith in itself?
I have last words.
Yeah.
And my last words is I have faith in our podcast. You see what you're doing? You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying.
And show them what they need to do. Show them what they need to do.
I have faith that this podcast will do well. And I have faith as well that you do well as well.
Show them what they need to do.
Doing what you need to be doing. Subscribe. Hit the like button. Hit the comment button. Please go look at our socials. Spotify, for example, is a good place to start. Then from there, Instagram and TikTok.
Good place to start. Hold on.
You know what it is. But in all that, I don't have anything else like in generics. And of course, there's a lot of things that we can uncover. But in a generic sense, no, I don't have more to it than we already discussed.
Because that's what I mean. Because especially when we speak about the religion part, as you noticed even in the video, 3 hours, and literally most of the time they weren't even fully on the topic, just purely on the topic. So that shows like if we go towards certain things about religion, we gotta make another episode for it, just for it. We never know. We might, but
of course,
this was kind of like a quick ramble for us to just go through it, just purely on the part of the faith,
and it was. The faith was the topic, not the religion. Religion, of course, is intertwined to it because it's maybe the core elements of faith in itself. Like, without faith, there is no religion. Simple as that. So, that being said, I don't have anything else to add. You?
You know what to do. You already showed the instructions.
Yes.
I don't really As we always say, we have faith on this channel.
Of course.
We have faith on this channel. We have faith on the viewers as well, on you becoming a better person, better than what you were yesterday. Tomorrow you will be better what you were today. And nothing else to add, you know what I'm saying?
Great. If you don't have anything else to add?
Nope.
I don't have anything else to add. Thank you for watching or listening, and we see you on the next episode.
Peace.
Peace.